na na. Ya na na ya na ya na na na. Hey ya na 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 na. Ya na na ya na ya na na.
Hey everyone, I'm Alana, Wilderness Tourist Community Programs Manager, and want to introduce myself and welcome you all to the virtual village. In response to these uncertain times, we've decided to use all of our energy to create this virtual village space. And we are truly looking towards the natural world and asking it, what can this time teach us? As a part of awakening the earth-based traditions of Judaism, Wilderness Tour creates village life during our immersive land-based festivals by uplifting and encouraging the individual gifts of the collective community. 4 times a week in this virtual village space, you will learn with Wilderness Tour community members such as Leiah, who are sharing their gifts, as well as longtime stakeholders in the earth-based Jewish movement. Would love to see a raise of hands for anyone that this is your first virtual village program. Awesome. Anyone who this is your first wilderness tour program. Great. Well, we're so happy that you're all here. We are committed to keeping the virtual village accessible and free. If you would like to support Wilderness Tour in this effort, we welcome any and all donations, big or small, as we endeavor to provide Jewish wisdom and community building through this hard time. If you are new to Wilderness Torah or would like to find out more about what we do and how to get involved, Malcolm, my peer, will share our website and donation page and a way to get on our newsletter. And just a heads up, this session is being live streamed and recorded on Facebook. We have uploaded a lot of our recorded sessions onto our website, so feel free to go online and check those out. And without further ado, super excited to welcome in Leiah. Leiah is an advocate for the health of people and the planet, and for the vitality and resilience, and shares a wide variety of pathways to support that. And we are so excited to learn some Qigong with you today.
Thank you. I'm grateful to be here and to share this practice. And before we go into the physical practice, I'm going to share a bit about how Qigong as an energy practice, as a life force practice, is connected to Judaism. And so the word Qi and the word Chiyut, Qi, Chi, Chai, they both, Chiyut means life force, and Qi is like our elemental vital life force. And so there's this really interesting overlap in a lot of ways. There are many interesting overlaps between Chinese and philosophical and energetic history and Jewish practices. And so that's one of the ways in which the Qi and the Chiyut, so I'm going to call our practice today Chiyut practice. And I'll try to use that word just to keep our connection to that as our source of breath and life. And also, when we think about the words Adam and Adama, and the Adama being the earth, and Adam being the one who comes from the earth, the earthling. And this practice is going to, as much as I'm inside, I, like you, if you're inside, I'm going to imagine myself and feel myself connected to all of the earth. And so this is the way that we're going to embody the elements within us and feel how there's this relationship between the earth and us, and how we are earth embodied in a lot of ways. And so we're going to feel not only the earth element, but we'll be working with the 5 elements of Chinese medicine, which are metal, water, wood, fire, and earth. But all of those meaning like the Adama is literally the earth, but we're thinking about it being like the full elemental world that we live in and how those elements live within us. So I'm going to move into our practice, and we're going to move through the different elements, and we're going to start and come back to a basic practice to ground, to connect ourselves to heaven and earth. And so this will be a practice where throughout this next 45 minutes, 50 minutes, wherever we're at in our time, I want to invite you to close your eyes once you've gotten the movement down. Use visualization, use your breath, and see how deeply you can drop into your own body. Like, look at the screen when you need to see me and the movement I'm doing. And whatever you do is great. Just see how much you can open up to letting the chiyut flow through you. Okay, so I'm gonna show you qigong stance. So my legs are straight and parallel, not straight, they're parallel, but my knees are slightly bent. So my feet are parallel. So if you're standing and you look down at your feet and you notice that they're angled this way or angled this way, just see if you can bring them parallel and rooted and spread through your toes and start to open up the soles of your feet. If you have your shoes on, I'll give you a second to take them off so that you can feel the openness of the sole of your foot connecting down deep into the earth. So your knees are bent so you have fluidity, but you're rooted in your feet. So your upper body is loose. It's like your kelp in the ocean. And so your feet are rooted into the ocean floor and your upper body can swing. So we're just going to start with that. Just feeling yourself deeply rooted and start to let your hands hit your body and wake up your chiyut. And as it connects with, on the back side, your kidneys, and on the front side, your liver and gallbladder and spleen and stomach, you start to wake up and clear through these organs as well. And when your arms hit your body, let that be your out breath. And you can make it a little bit pronounced. And we're gonna slow it down and let your body just unwind and relax into center. And feel the roots go down from your feet into the earth. We're gonna start to open up through the joints to prepare ourselves for the practice. So fluid movement through the shoulders, just opening up. And then letting your elbows move it for you. Start the movement. Staying connected to your breath the whole time, and then your full arms. And let your gaze follow your arm as it comes back. And then opposite direction. Okay, and pausing, and then let's just open up and do some neck rolls. I know a lot of us have been looking at screens a lot lately. So open up through your neck so you don't get tension in there as you watch this practice. Just slowly, slowly rolling. Stopping in any spot that feels especially stuck and just letting your breath come into there to help open. Your neshima, your in-breath, like your neshama, your soul, your spirit. Inspiration, we bring in spirit. We breathe in spirit. And other direction. One more time. Good, and then squeeze your shoulders up to your ears and let them drop. And squeeze them up. Inhale and let them drop. And one more time. And let them drop. Okay, and then we're gonna bring our knees together. So we're gonna be holding this is gonna be a workout for your legs to hold this stance. So I wanna just invite you to bring your knees together and do a little circling, opening up through your knees, through the bottoms of your feet, and loosening your hips. Other direction. Good, and then from here, just a little bit of, like in yoga, the cat-cow, we're gonna inhale and open our spine, looking up, as much as is comfortable for your neck, and exhale and bring your belly button toward your spine as you curve forward. Inhaling, coming into curved spine in this direction, concave, and then exhale. One more time, inhaling up. Exhale, belly button toward the spine, and let your body hang. And just let your whole upper body be relaxed, and keep your knees bent if this hurts your back, and only go as far as you can. Let your spine elongate down to the earth. And then slowly inhale, and one vertebrae at a time, picking your head up, the last thing, inhaling all the way up, and bring your arms up. Inhaling, bring your hands together, and exhale. And we're going to actually use our palms to draw the energy down into our body, and spread your legs again, coming back to the stance we had before. Okay, and we're gonna go into it now. So the first thing we're gonna learn is a practice called pulling down the heavens. This is a practice that you can do any time of the day when you're needing to refresh your chi field, your chiyut field, or you're needing to replenish with some life force. And so this is a practice for connecting with the earth and with the heavens and with that energy that flows through us. Like in the Aleph, if you think about the letter Aleph in the print form, not the script, whatever that word is, the one that has a line through the middle. Aleph is Adam, it is the person. So we have a person, and one hand is reaching to heaven and one hand reaching to earth. If you can see, I'm like an Aleph, right? So both in Chinese medicine and in Jewish tradition, we as humans are the bridge between heaven and earth. So here in this practice, we get to enliven that and remember that we're connected to so much that is bigger than us, and we here are the mix of earth and spirit. So bringing your feet down, feeling your roots going down, exhaling, rooting, opening up your perineum, and allow a grounding cord to come down through your perineum. We're going to inhale and draw up earth energy all around you. So you can imagine golden light coming up all around you. Opening your fingers to the heavens to receive 10 streams of white heavenly light. So imagine 10 streams starting to come through your fingertips, and then closing your eyes will help you. And then pull down a stream of white heavenly light and let that pour through you. It's like a crystalline shower pouring over and through you, clearing anything that is stuck, helping you to really prepare yourself for this practice, clearing your energy field, and then connecting with the earth again, and inhaling up, drawing up that golden earth energy, opening up your fingertips to receive the heavenly light, 10 streams of white heavenly light coming down, and then pulling down a pillar of white light, and pull it through you, down your central channel, clearing through you and down into the earth. And one more time, inhaling up. Opening up to receive 10 streams of light and pulling down the heavens. Good, and then inhaling and pulling the energy up through your legs into your lower belly from the earth, your hara, your womb space, and then exhaling and sending it back down. And so we're just establishing this connection, feeling how the energy from the earth and from the heavens feeds us, inhaling up to your lower belly, exhaling down. And then inhaling all the way up through their central channel. Bring it up and clearing, turning your palms over and pressing toward the sky. And then let it fountain out around you. Take a breath into your lower belly. We're going to come into some releasing stagnation exercises. So these are going to be a little more active. And we're going to start with shaking, bouncing. So I'm in a yurt. It might get a little You might hear some sounds of things rattling, but you're just gonna start bouncing, keeping your toes, well, on the ground, of course, but your heels can come up gently. And we're gonna move up through the joints to clear stagnation from the joints and from the organs. So through your ankles first, bringing your attention to your knees, clearing from your knees. These are areas where chi can get stuck and lead to injuries. So if we have flowing chiyut, flowing chi, then we have less likelihood of injuries in our organs and in our joints. So coming up to your hips and your pelvis and your reproductive organs and really focusing some energy there in your womb space, your ovaries, your prostate, and through your whole pelvis. We hold a lot in our pelvis, so see how loose you can make your bum. And letting that start to echo into your intestines and through your belly, another place where you might hold a lot of stress. Anytime you want, you can make this sound with your mouth. It helps to release any kind of stuck energy, and we often hold a lot in our jaws, so that helps release that. Moving up into liver and gallbladder and the stomach and spleen. And then into the heart and the lungs. You can make a sh sound or a ha. Ha. We'll work with both of these sounds later. The ha is for the heart and the sh is for the lungs. And then your shoulders, let it come all the way down your arms. And up through your neck, up to your third eye and into your mind, and releasing stuck thought forms, limiting beliefs. Just seeing how much you can just let it all loosen up and start to flow down your spine. Let it flow down your spine, shaking it, coming through your kidneys and clearing through your kidneys. And down out your tailbone. And into the earth. And then starting to slow down. Coming to a pause. We're gonna inhale, draw energy up from the earth to refill. Come up onto the tips of your toes and your heels are up. And then we're gonna go and clear it through one more time. Inhaling up. One more time. Just let your body move for a moment, however it feels good for you to move. Close your eyes, don't watch me, just see what you want to do for your body. You can like shake your legs out, because this is probably more than what most of you are used to standing at once in horse stance. So yeah. And we're going to come back and start to go into the elements, which as we move through these practices, there are other, clearing exercises, but I already have lost track of time. So I'm going to start going in to the elemental practices, which are practices that continue to clear through the organs and also bring in nourishment to each of the organs and connect us with each of the elements. So we're going to start with metal in Chinese medicine, similar to in the Jewish rhythm of things. Like a big holiday is Rosh Hashanah, right? Rosh Hashanah happens in the autumn. So metal is associated with autumn, with letting go, with the lungs, with the large intestine, with the emotion of grief. And so we're going to start with metal, and it is also connected with spirit. And so before we go into these manifestations of spirit, of chiyut, into some of the other elements that are more tangible, we're going to start with air and spirit. So coming back to this stance that we were in before, where you connect with the earth and inhale up, and then reaching up and connecting with the heavens, connecting with this place that we often look to as where spirit lives in the heavens and in the cosmic realms. We're going to draw down that white light we were connecting with before. And we're going to pause at the level of the lungs. Connect your thumb and first finger. These are your lung and large intestine meridians. So we're also stimulating the meridians. And we're going to do a practice with focusing on the lungs and with expelling grief and any stuck energy in the lungs. So through your mouth, you're going to go breathe in as your elbows reach back, and you're expanding through your chest to open up, and it's like you're filling a balloon, a white balloon. The color is white. And then from your elbows, you turn over and make the sound and go all the way to the end of your out breath. And then we come again. But see if you can connect with the emotion of grief and let your sound actually help it to move out, and just be expressed in that way. Okay, so here we go. See if you can even expand and elongate each breath. One more time. Inhaling, bring your arms toward your chest. Release your fingers, and then all that white light, that big bubble you've been creating, push that down, letting it go into your large intestine, into your lower belly. Inhaling and drawing it back up into your lungs. Turning it over, pushing it back down, filling your lower belly with it. Inhaling up. And then we're gonna pivot on you can pivot on your left heel, and we're gonna go into what is known as a warrior stance. And so another thing that metal is about focus and purity. And so find your focus. If it's comfortable for your neck, gaze out over your hand like you would in yoga. Extend through your thumb. Keep your hands together and really reach out to open up through your lungs and through these meridians. Once you feel like you've gotten a moment where you're like, yes, I feel my warrior, I feel my strength, I feel this strong spirit running through me, then we're gonna inhale, pivot on your ankle again, on your heel, inhaling, drawing that energy up, opening up through the top of your head, reconnecting with spirit above, gathering a ball of white light, and pulling it down, all the way down into your lower belly. Inhaling up to your lungs and pivot and do it on the other side. Inhaling, drawing up, opening to the heavens, inhaling, exhaling and drawing it down. Inhaling up again to the level of the lungs and reaching out, feeling your strength, feeling your focus, feeling, your arrow, your warrior. And then inhaling up, opening up to receive all that spirit wants to give us. All the way down to lower belly, inhaling up, level of the lungs and reaching out. Inhaling all the way up, gathering a ball of white light and drawing it down all the way to the lower belly. to the lungs. And down to the lower belly. And bring your hands onto your lower belly, connecting with your breath, feeling yourself in this bubble of white light. Expanding that white light through you, let it permeate your cells. This energy of what we call metal, like spirit, air. Feeling your breath as the air that moves through our body. And the chiyut moving through your body. Good. Now we're going to move into water and the organs of the kidney and the bladder. And the emotion that's associated with water is fear, and it's also the ancestral realms. So our ancestors are kidney chi, which many of you have probably heard of. If you ever see an acupuncturist, you've probably heard about kidney chi. So our kidney chi is really important. So the kidneys are like essential both in Chinese medicine and in Western medicine to the full functioning of the body, the adrenals, the kidneys doing their filtration. So this is going to be a practice to help strengthen, tonify our kidneys and connect with the element of water. So bring your hand behind you. So if it's your right hand, bring it back and connect with your left kidney. So my fingers are over here. The back of my palm, the back of my hand is on my kidney. So your kidneys are about the level of your bottom ribs. And then we're going to come through a water wheel. So we use our other hand, and it's like we're coming through like a little stream. And feeling yourself carrying this precious water. How much we love water. Thank you, water. Letting your palm turn over and let it flow down your arm like a waterfall right into your kidney. Inhaling, and as you inhale when you're coming through the water wheel, let it fill your lower back, fill your kidneys and your adrenals. Inhaling, turning your palm over, exhale as the water flows down your arm right into your kidneys, a waterfall, replenishing your kidneys. So whatever pace you go with this, I'm just going to invite you to close your eyes and really feel it, feel the wateriness, feel it flowing down, feel your breath filling your kidneys. You also feel your spine rotating with this, and the kidneys are related to the bones. So when people have low back pain or bone pain, it's often related to kidneys being not as nourished as they like to be. One more time on this side. Switching your palm, bring that palm to the other kidney. I'm gonna start with the water wheel again. So come through the water wheel, inhaling, watching the water as it comes up, and turning our palm, and let the waterfall flow down your arm and right into that kidney. Inhaling into your kidneys, into your adrenals, giving them chiyut, giving them life force, exhaling and letting it flow down. And just go deep, go into your water bubble. One more time. Slowly bring your hands in fists onto your kidneys on the back and rub up and down, giving your kidneys some warmth, some energy. And then bringing your hands around to your lower belly, pausing here for a moment. Feeling yourself in this vibration of what you just gave your body, connecting with the waters of, if you're in a female body, you can connect with the waters of your womb, if you have one, or the womb space for everyone. This space called the hara, the womb, our creative center. There's water throughout our body, and we all came from a mother. So feeling that lineage, that ancestral line that would come through the waters of the ocean, the waters of this earth. And we're going to go into one more practice for kidneys. And so I was speaking about the kidney relationship to the bones, and then the kidney chi, the kidney chiyut, like the energy field. And then we've got the Shen realm, which is more of the spirit realm. And then there's what's called the Ling realm. And that is like connecting way beyond the cosmos. So it's kind of maybe like the four worlds, which I'm not remembering exactly what those are right now. So I'm just going to keep my terminology in Chinese medicine for now. But we're first going to go into the Jing, which is the bones. So we're going to squeeze into our bones and compact energy in and feel your strength. Feel the strength of your deeply physical body. And squeeze your muscles around your bones, squeeze around your central channel. Bring all that energy into yourself. Feel how your spine might elongate with this. And then slowly start to soften, let your bones soften, let your muscles soften, and inhale into starting to feel your chi realm. So your chi, your life force, circulates like about 3 feet around us. That's our personal energy field. And so start to feel yourself in that. Feel yourself bigger than your physical body, your energy body. You don't have to do what I'm doing, just feeling that, connecting with what extends above and on all sides of you, but that is still your energy field. And breathe into that and expand it, expand into it. Behind you as well as in front. Above you as well as below. And then we're going to start to move toward the Shen realm, the spirit realm. And so you can open your hands and start to expand even wider and connect your consciousness, your awareness with this whole planet and beyond all of the beings. Spirit that moves through everything. The chiyut, the life force that's moving through everything. And feel yourself as one part of that. You might feel your heart start to open. This is where the spirit, the Shen, resides, is in the heart. And that's what connects all of us. Then we're going to open even wider. If it's comfortable for your back, and otherwise just use your imagination to feel the Ling realm, the cosmic realm. So now we're like going up and out and feeling all of the cosmic beings, the stars and the moon and the sun and the ancestors and this whole realm beyond, and feeling our connection to all of that. And feel yourself like a little star being just floating in the universe, the multiverse. Being held, completely supported, weightless. And Inhale and draw that universal energy, that cosmic energy, the Ling, back through the Shen, back through the Qi realm, and all the way down into your body, all the way through your central channel, and down into your lower belly. Bring your hands here. And if you feel like it, I do one more, pulling down the heavens to gather that energy one more time, because that was a lot of energy for me. Inhaling up and then drawing it in with gratitude. Thank you. Letting it permeate every cell of your inner universe. All the way down into the earth and giving it back. Okay, great. Now we're gonna move toward a new element. So that was fun. I had fun with it. I hope you did. So we're gonna move into the wood element. And these are also relational with seasons. So we were just, water is winter, metal is autumn, wood is spring. And so we're gonna start really moving some energy here, because spring is, and the energy of wood and the liver and gallbladder is a lot about transformation and birth, and also like frustration and agitation. So we're gonna start moving that and clearing through it, and also like nourishing it with good, healthy liver energy and plant energy and tree energy, while we say thank you to all these plant beings who nourish our lives. And I'm super stoked to see some of you like that are outside. I usually do this outside, but I didn't have a good setup today, so it's great. So for those of you who are inside, just again, remember to just like connect with what's out there. But this time we're actually gonna find a green plant or a tree, if we can, out your window or in your house, some member of the plant realm that can represent the plant realm as a whole that we're gonna connect with. And we're going to actually give an offering of what we're releasing and ask this plant to please compost it in the way that it knows how, or ask the tree to compost it in the way that it knows how, like it does with our carbon dioxide. So we're gonna do a practice to help clear through the liver and gallbladder and our whole solar plexus area. And this is gonna be more active than anything we've done so far. And you're gonna be using that initial spinal twist that we did, moving from the spine, but your hands are gonna come to the side here. And each time you twist toward that side, your hand's gonna come out, and my thumb is coming directly off of my wrist. So I'm not like that, I'm not like that, I'm like in alignment, if you can do that. And my fingers are perpendicular and parallel to the earth. So it comes out like this, and my elbow is still slightly bent, and my shoulder is engaged with my body, not out there. And then when we come back, and then the other one comes out. And we exhale. So we're just practicing the movement now, but I'm gonna give some more instructions once you get the basic movement down. So make sure that you're moving from the spine and not from your shoulders, because otherwise you'll hurt your back. So your whole spine is twisting and the arm is coming out like a whip, like because of it, okay? If it's uncomfortable, you're probably not doing it in a way that's great for your spine. So we inhale as the hand comes back and exhale as it goes forward. Okay, great. Hopefully most of you got that for the most part. Again, make sure your shoulders stay in alignment with your body and don't overextend, and that your elbow stays slightly bent so you're not overextending your elbow. Okay, those are some of the most important parts for the integrity of the body. Okay, and twisting from here. Okay, so we're gonna use the sound ho, and it's a strong one. And this is like no almost, and it's like all the parts that are like emotionally frustrated, angry, you get to connect with all of that and like really like work it, okay? So each time that we end up here, we're gonna go, ho! So this is not gonna be toward, I'm not gonna do it toward you, even though like I'm not actually in physical presence with you, but I'm gonna turn toward a tree outside the yurt. And this is the moment where I'm gonna invite you to turn toward a plant or a tree. And you can look at the screen also to make sure that you have the movement right. My knees are still slightly bent. My spine is aligned. Okay, so I'm not out here, spine is staying in the center. And I'm basically like turning from my solar plexus and letting that be my origin point. Okay, so pick a tree or a plant, and first just connect and introduce yourself on an energetic level. Admire it, say thank you for your life, thank you for all the life that you give me and all of us. Thank you for composting my carbon dioxide and my waste and what I don't need anymore. Thank you for knowing how to do that. Okay, and so we're going to start, and we'll just start slow, and then I'm gonna pick it up the pace so you can go with me with that or keep it slow. Ho, 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 Just let yourself really connect with the emotion. Let yourself feel any frustration, anger, whatever's like pent up, and like just let it go. And we're gonna start to slow it down. And then as we come out, we're actually gonna start to gather in healthy green energy, all that oxygen, all those nutrients. Thank you to the plants, and start to bring it in. So now we're twisting still, but we're gathering and receiving. Thank you. And then let your palms open, and we're gonna clear through our liver, gallbladder, solar plexus, stomach, spleen by using your hands on your body, going toward the center first and then coming out. And letting your palms really press into your body like a massage over your organs. And then letting that come down the outsides of your legs, your gallbladder channel, clearing through, releasing it to the earth. Inhaling, drawing up 2 streams of green energy up the liver channel, up the insides of your legs, inhaling all the way up. And reaching up and extending your branches, and we are becoming the tree. So extend your branches, feel your roots go down into the earth. Take care of your body. And just pause here for a moment to feel that tree or the plant that you are just connecting with. Feel that in you. I'm going to gather a ball of green energy now, bringing in the plants. Thank you, plants. Bringing them into our bodies, all the medicine that they provide. And come all the way down into your lower belly. And up toward the solar plexus again. Bring your palms over your lower ribs, and we're going to do that one more time. So rubbing. And then opposite direction. And come down your gallbladder channel and let it go back to the earth. Inhaling, drawing up the green plant's energy up through your liver channel, up through your reproductive organs, up the center of your body and out the top of your head to grow your branches, root your roots through your feet. Strong like a tree and flexible to flow with the wind. Inhaling and drawing in a ball of green light, bringing in the medicine of all the plants, the trees, wood energy into your body, down to your lower belly. And then pausing, bring your hands onto your lower belly. Breathing here. Okay, shake out your legs for a moment. I hope that some of you have been doing that. I imagine you have. And we're going to move into fire. Connecting with fire, connecting with the heart and the pericardium, the heart protector, small intestine. And there's something called the Sanjiao, the triple warmer, but doesn't translate so easily into English. So we're going to work with the element of fire and those organs. All right, so we're going to start this practice with a practice of self-love and a practice of bringing in and filling ourselves with that, and also sending out. So the heart, fire, the element is related to both the joy and, you know, any kind of heartache. We're gonna like have an opportunity to just give that over, to like release with gentleness, or to send out joy and love. Okay, so it's gonna be like we're carrying a baby. Actually, let's start like this. So your hands are gonna be like this. Bottom hand is perpendicular to the earth, top hand is parallel. And turn toward the side that your hand is on top. So I'm turning toward my right. If you're mirroring me, then you're turning toward your left. And I pivoted on my heel so that my front foot is facing in that direction. And this is where we're gonna push from here. So we're gonna say, ha. Ha is the sound for the heart. So we're gonna, when we say ha, you can either use that as an opportunity to release any anxiety or heartache, anything you're holding on to in your heart, or you can say ha and like make it like I'm sending love out to the world. I'm sending out love. Okay, so we go ha. And see, my spine is still aligned, so I'm not out here, keeping the spine aligned. And then we turn the hands over, and it's like we're cradling a baby as you come through the center, and inhale and fill yourself with pink light and self-love. So a bubble of self-love, pink light filling you as you come to the other side. Pivot on your heel, the opposite hand goes on top, and ha. So let yourself really connect with either the anxiety or the heartache or the love, and see how much you can really like feel it in your body and not just do a movement. Okay, and I know it'll take a moment to get the movement, but turning the hands over, inhaling, close your eyes, feel yourself filling with pink and a bubble of self-love. So just like filling up, like you're carrying yourself like a little baby. And exhaling, ha. Inhaling, the tenderness, the love. Opposite hand comes up, perpendicular, parallel to the earth. Ha. Inhaling, filling yourself. Exhaling, releasing or sending out. Ha. Ha. Just remember to pivot on your heel. Ha. Bend your knee. And however it looks is totally fine. Just get the feeling for it. Ha. Ha. We'll do one more time each side. Really let yourself get filled up right now. Clearing whatever needs to clear. Coming toward the center. Inhaling both hands to the heart. Bring your hands onto your heart. Bring one hand down to your small intestine. I'm going to get a sip of water. I'll be right back. Just keep breathing there. Good. And I'm going to move us toward earth because time is going on. So we're going to move toward the earth element. And the organs of the spleen and the stomach are connected with earth. And the emotion of worry. So we're going to do another kind of emotional release. That'll be similar to what we just did, but a different hand motion. And we're going to make the sound whoo. So just like whoo, we're going to just like lay it down, like let it roll off of our arms. So this practice is going to look like this. So we're like connecting with the earth energy, all of the abundance, gathering up the harvest from the earth, gathering up a ball of golden light. That's like our big basket of like all of the abundance, the harvest. And then again, turning on your heel. And then our hands are gonna come out and go, whoo, just like laying down your worries. And then when we lay down our worries, then we're gonna receive again, so much abundance, receiving all that comes to us, pivoting toward the center and exhaling and grounding down and giving it back to the earth. So we inhale and we gather. Pivot on your heel, release your worries. Whoo. Receiving the abundance. Turning toward the center and exhaling and letting it ground down and giving it back to the earth. Inhaling and gathering. Pivoting and releasing. Whoo. Inhaling, receiving. Exhaling and grounding. Giving. Inhaling, gathering. Releasing. Whoo. Receiving. Pivoting and grounding and giving it back, letting it be like two golden rivers that flow down your legs and into the earth. Inhaling, gathering, one more time each side. Pivot and release. Receiving. And then letting it pour through your body, down your legs like two golden rivers, back down into the earth. Last time, gathering. Releasing your worries. Receiving. And grounding it through your body. And draw up that golden earth energy into our lower bellies. Let it expand here. With each breath, as you inhale, you can feel it expand. As you exhale, gently permeates and spreads through your whole body. And bring your palms onto your lower belly. And one last pulling down the heavens, so inhaling, drawing up. And connecting with the 10 streams of white heavenly light and letting it pour through you as you pull down the heavens, down your central channel, through your feet and into the earth. Step your feet together. Inhale your arms up. And meet your palms above you. If it's comfortable for you, looking up in gratitude for all of our angels and guides and Hashem and the Malachim and the sun and the moon and the stars. Thank you to all the cosmic ling realm. And bringing it to your forehead to symbolize pure and loving thought as you move into your day, and to your lips for pure and loving speech, and to your heart for pure and loving action and intention, and bowing to yourself in gratitude for all you be and do every day. And bring your palms down to the earth. Giving thanks to the earth. Thank you for practicing with me today. Thank you for inviting me, Wilderness Torah.
Thank you so much, Leiah. Just want to say a thank you to everybody for joining. My name is Malka with Wilderness Torah, the Community Programs and Logistics Manager. And just want to remind folks, all of our sessions are being recorded and they've been live streamed. So if you missed anything or want to watch later, you can. You can join our Facebook group, Wilderness Torah Virtual Village, as well as look at our page, Wilderness Torah, or any of our Facebook events for our live streams. They'll also be posted on our website about a week after all of the sessions. We have some really awesome classes coming up this week. The rest of the week we'll be getting really creative. On Wednesday, we're going to have Songs to Sustain Us with Kohenet Riv Shapiro. And then we'll have Wonder and Wander with Day of Morning Altars doing earth art. And on Thursday, we're going to have The Importance of Sacred Fire taught by Zelig in preparation for Lag BaOmer. So stay tuned for our newsletter. We'll be announcing what our programming will look like for the following week and more details about that. And again, you can always check out our Facebook and Instagram. My peer Alana is going to insert some links, looks like she just did, for our donation page if you feel called to support us further, as well as learning more about who we are as an organization. And lastly, of course, thank you so much to Leiah. It's felt so good to begin our weeks by moving our body and moving energy and having a chance to be together while practicing some antidotes to all of the computer time and all of the sitting time. And yeah, what this time has offered us. We're really grateful for you to bring this practice forth. So thank you so much. I'm going to pass it back to you for any closing words, and we'll all say bye and get on with our beautiful days.
Well, I just want to say I'm happy that it was beneficial for all of you, and you can find me. I do a wide variety. I have a website that's pretty old, but it's enliveningspirit.com, and you can friend me on Facebook, Leiah Lauren Borowsky. And I work with people on multiple levels for helping support vitality and health from the inside out. Yeah, both energetically and really physically, to help heal the gut microbiome and clear glyphosate, detoxify our bodies and nourish our bodies so that we can be as vital as possible and have our chiyut flowing. So even if you're far away and not, right now we're all far away, but I'd love to support you if you are looking for enhancing your health and your vitality. I'm also an acupuncturist and a massage therapist and a craniosacral therapist. Most of those things, we got to be closer in person, but I'd love to work with anybody. And yeah, find me on Facebook, and keep practicing and connecting with your chiyut in any of these ways. May this, you can come back to this stream and remember you're pulling down the heavens anytime that you need it, anytime things are feeling a little bit anxiety or anything like that. Pulling down the heavens is a great practice to return to, just to ground your energy, reconnect you with spirit, and lighten everything up. So yeah,